Ooh, just another quick update. Well, a couple of bits. I've got to put the fifth wheel together, put that on the back of Polarbear truck. Still haven't found the exhaust bit. I thought I had, I know I've got, not thought I had, I know I've got somewhere, just haven't found it yet. My table is a bloody mess, so I will be having a tidy up at some point, because it is a state. And I'm going to put the Homer Simpson cab together. I have done, I cut a bit of vinyl just to go in there, same yellow I used to do the writing, so looks alright. It's good enough for me. Terry Wild was kind enough to offer me one she had left over from a build, but it's for a Actros I think, and they're slightly bigger, the chrome ones, so that'll do. That's good enough. The sign's there, you know what it is, you know what it is without it. But, so I'll put this together and put it on, and I will be back. Right, fifth wheel is done and about to be put on. So I think I think we can pretty much call this almost finished. I need to secure the sun visor because it's just sitting there at the moment, it's not glued. So just a little dab of glue. Yeah. That's the wrong way around. Yeah, glue the sun visor, but I'm still not sure whether to put Polarbear on the front, like on the skirts. Haven't decided. I've got to actually do something with that suspension because it's winding me up a bit. The fact that it feels like it's catching. And the only thing I can think it is the shocks. Because let's face it, Tamiya shocks are shocking. Yeah, they don't get any better, I'm afraid. Right, so it's that one. For some reason, it feels quite okay there. Yep, don't feel nothing wrong with it like that. But as soon as it's screwed in, I can't now get my fat fingers in there. It feels like it's catching. Well, I don't know what I've done, but let's sort it out. Magic touch, you see, I have the magic touch. Right, so fifth wheel's on, plates on, works, everything works, everything works. Let's bring it out where it should be. Yep. Always happy with that. Don't like them screws, but they're a bloody doll, they will. I need to find this exhaust bit. the cover bit and the pipe bit. I know I've got them somewhere. The pair of them are in a bag somewhere. But where is the question? But not hard to fit when I find them, because actually I need a silver plastic bit that goes in the top, don't I? I'm sure I can make that out of styrene or something. I'm sure I can figure something out on that one. Because this bit comes out of there, there's a silver plastic bit that goes in to stop the mesh bit wobbling about. Then you put the pipe on. I've had to bend the bottom pipe, I don't know how well you can see that on there. Instead of going down and round and taking a big chunk out the side, I decided, which would have been better in the long run actually, but it was in my way, so I decided to bend it round and in. So the pipe is still there, it still looks kind of functional. So I am thinking, so apart from the exhaust, and I still can't make my mind up with this, but the good thing with vinyl is I can make my mind up at any time and stick it on if and when I feel like it. I do need to glue that, because if it's just sitting there like so, it will fall off as it did do in the first place. Actually I could do that now, couldn't I? While I'm sitting here thinking about it, why think about it, just bloody do it. Just a tiny dab just to hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as Mr. T says. Now I can't find the hole, as she says. Right, so I think, I tink, I stink. There's a nice combination of gloss, semi-gloss and matte black on this thing. Bit of everything. And then a nice bit of blue just to break it up a bit. It's not an 1850, but who cares? So, right, let's get this out of the way, and then I'll put the Homer Simpson one together, and I'll be back again. Right, that's on. I managed to find the screws. Managed to scratch the bloody roof as well, but there you go. That's what happens when you rush and just shove things down on a dirty table. So I had a bit of a tidy up as well. And a cup of coffee. Right, I can't do nothing else until my drive shafts come. And who knows when that can be. Probably not till next year now, with the bloody way the post is and everything. And it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, so we ain't had nothing since Saturday, I believe, was the last post we had. I have a very big family, but all we've received this year is 4 Christmas cards. I know for a fact a hell of a lot more of that has been sent, but that's all we've received. So I have no idea when these drive shafts will turn up. Could be today, could be tomorrow, but more than likely it'll probably be in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. I can't really do much until I get them, because I don't want to put the cab on and then have to turn it upside down to put the drive shafts on and risk damaging the cab even bloody more than I just have. I don't know, you probably won't even see it on there, but there is a tiny little scratch on the top now. It's bothering me, but I can't do nothing about it. Apart from that, it's done. I like this side that I'm looking at, which you ain't going to see until it's on the lorry. These mirrors I bought, they're really nice and thin, metal ones, but there's no cover. So you can see the bracket and the screws, which is pants really. It's a nice black mirror. Well, you can get different colours I think, if I remember rightly. I'm sure I saw a red one or a silver one. I'm sure there was different colours. But if you want to colour match it to your lorry, it kind of spoils it, the fact that it's got that silver. I guess you could paint it, but you'd still see it. Right, so it is now, what's the time? 10 to 11 on Friday the 23rd of December, 10 to 11 AM, as you probably notice if you're watching this when it's first gone up, because it won't be PM yet. And I have nothing else to do. I was hoping these would be finished and I could make a start on the Unimog, because I've got the parts for that now. The aluminium parts have all come for the suspension and everything, but I've got another couple of bits here, the underguards and that. You know what I mean, whatever they're called. But I didn't want to start that until these are finished and out of the way. I don't do out of the way. I'm saying out of the way. Do you know, I've got nowhere to put them. I have no space to put them, these two, which is going to be a bit of a problem. I might have to give me I'm not giving me nothing. I might have to give my scaffold lorry away to the person whose name's on the side of it. Well, not give it, but can have it at their house. As she keeps on about, it's my truck, I can have that. So as long as she's got a nice shelf or something somewhere, that'll clear up one little space. Not enough for 2 lorries, but I don't know what else I'm going to do. I don't know what else I can actually move out of here or tidy up in here. This is the problem why I stopped making lorries recently. But then I got carried away making these two. Well, carried away on this one because I saw the back and thought, oh, that would be really nice, and bought it on a whim, which is never a good idea, but there you go. And then just a weird coincidence, because I needed a cab and I was talking about this particular Mercedes cab that I wanted to put on it, and bought one, and then Mr. Thurston said, oh, I've got one in the loft you can have for your Christmas present, I'll send it down. So then I thought, oh, that's another bloody lorry I've got to build. So I'm blaming him, it's his fault. But it looks quite nice on that. And I don't like 4x2s, but that does look quite nice. And there's just the same version as old Rusty there, isn't it? The scaffold lorry is just black. It's all black. Mr. Thurston does like a bit of black. Does like a black lorry. 2 Scanias now, old and new. R620 and a 770S. Both black. Does look nice though, I must admit. His truck does look nice. And it's nicely polished. Which he didn't do, but it is very nicely polished. Not as good as my red one though. My red looks a million times better. That's what I'm sticking to anyway, because it's mine. But I do like this side. I don't even know what I'm pointing at, because I don't even know if you can see me. Right, yes you can see me. So I do like this. I like that side, this side here, but this side is so much better. But unfortunately you have to wait till it's finished. I'm waffling now because I've got nothing else to do. I can't even tidy up to move stuff about to put something somewhere else because every shelf is full. I have lorries sitting on trailers, I have trailers up to lorries, I have actually there's a flatbed there with nothing on. But I don't know if I'll get anything on top of it because there's a bit of that is my problem. I have no more room, which is appropriate for this time of the year, isn't it? There's no more room at the inn. The shed is full. Stick it in a manger. But I ain't got a manger. I'm waffling, so I'm going to go. I'll edit this at some point today and you'll watch it. I might even go and do it now. Not that there's much to edit. That's why I like turning it off and starting again. It's so much easier to do. So some people don't realise what goes into just doing one of these silly videos. The amount of work and effort. Especially if you leave the camera running like I do sometimes, because you end up with, well, what's the time? What did I say it was? It's 11 o'clock basically. And I've been out here, what, hour and a half? About an hour and a half. Well, you're going to watch this video, which is probably going to be about 20 minutes now with me waffling on. Rather than an hour and a half, because if I'd have left it running then I would have to edit it, because I think it's boring of just someone putting screws into something, so I don't see how you lot could sit there and want to watch it. You lot, all 5 of you. So I would have to edit it right down, and that takes ages. This camera I've got is a very nice camera. And I'm not 100% sure what format it records in, but it's high definition and whatever, but it takes ages to get it off the card onto the laptop to start with. So if there's like, say for argument's sake, an hour's worth of recording, it don't take much less than that to get off of the card onto the laptop. Then I have to put it into the editing software, and I just use what comes with Windows, and that seems to take ages. So an hour's video takes, let's say, 45 minutes to get off the card, probably another half hour to 45 minutes to get into the editing software thing, so that's an hour and a half. Then you could spend another hour on it, editing it, so that's 2.5 hours, and then you got to upload it, unload it, upload it. So you're looking at, you've done an hour's work, an hour's recording. It's taken, say, 4.5 to 5 hours just to get it onto YouTube. That's 5 hours I'd rather be sitting here doing nothing, drinking a cup of coffee. But that's the one side of it I don't like doing. I don't mind the camera running and me waffling on, because I talk a load of shit anyway. If the camera's on or not, I sit here talking to myself, and I do like, if I come up with some sort of brainwave or figure out how to do something, I think one of the most important things about an hobby is sharing. Pisses me off when there's people, oh, I know how to do it, and give me a couple of quid and I'll show you. No, piss off, it's an hobby, it's not your job. I hate people that charge for a bit of advice in a hobby. If you want to do it as a job, set up a proper company and do it that way. But I actually had someone before, someone asked a question and someone commented, oh, for a small fee I'll tell you how. What an arsehole. So I told him how anyway for nothing. But one of the biggest things about an hobby to me, especially an hobby like this, is you share your knowledge. Help people. Where's the harm in helping someone? If I can help someone, I will. I've actually had a couple of people, I've asked them to come to my house so I can look at their lorry to try and sort it out for them. I'm a very nice person, you know. I might be a grumpy sod, but I am very nice sometimes. Sometimes. But it's about bloody sharing. If you learn something, why not pass it on? I don't know, I'm waffling on again, aren't I? So I am going now. I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up and then I'm going to go in. I've been asked a few times, quite a few times now. I don't know if you remember, I done a What's in My Loft video. I remember one person commented on it about, would I do one What's in the Shed, and then someone else done it, and then I've had quite a few messages about, would I do What's in the Shed, What's in the Shed. And I did start one, but I only done the cars. And I keep meaning to do one, but then the weather's shit. Because the problem with What's in the Shed is I'd have to get half the shed out. Because I could go round and show you what's on the shelves, but you can't see, you won't get a good view. You'd see what's at the front, not what's at the back, if that makes any sense. Let me try and explain to you. So, wrong way. Right, say there, I could show you that, look. Nice scaffold truck. There is a container trailer behind it, but you can't see very well. Flatbed. There is a 50 foot, I think it's a 53 foot American trailer behind that Carlisle Transport, which you can't really see. You can kind of see it, but not very clearly. Hold on, my tripod's decided to not move. Mercedes, I love that Mercedes, even though it's pretty much just a kit build, nothing special, but it does, I just like the way it come out, especially the colour. And my Esso trailer behind it, that started life off as a very scratched and dented Tamiya tanker trailer, which just had a lot of work done to it. I quite like that trailer now. So got so much I've done to it. But again, you can't see it, it'll have to come out. Carson low loader with a rigid King Hauler American truck on it, and behind that is Smokey and the Bandit trailer, which you can't see. Tipper I bought off of Gary Babbage, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. behind that is Smokey and the Bandit King Hauler, which you definitely can't see. So you get my drift. You get my drift. SO fuel tanker. Behind that is a removal truck. So I'd have to move half of it out to show exactly what is in here. And the problem is, at the moment, which you would know if you're from this part of the world, we've had a lot of snow last week, and ever since we've pretty much had rain. And it is, yep, it's still pissing down there. It was pissing down when I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and it's still pissing it down now, which is not ideal to be getting these outside. So I will do it at some point. So, but it obviously has to wait for the weather to change, and then I'll have to wait for me to have enough energy to get half of this shit outside. Unless Tim comes up and helps, but I won't be holding my breath on that one because Tim don't like driving, and I ain't going down here to get him. Right, I think I've said it about 4 times now, but I am going. So I will see you when my drive shafts turn up, or if I get really bored between Christmas and New Year and start making this Unimog.